Before the meeting begins, we want to express a welcome to the folks here in the chambers and also to our viewers on TV3. Before the meeting gets underway officially, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilwoman Connie Risch, and we welcome Father Dustin Boehm, who is a newly assigned pastor of St. Gabriel's in Connersville and St. Bridget's Catholic Church in Liberty. He's going to lead us in our invocation. So let's please stand for the pledge and remain standing for the invocation. Connie?
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father Dustin?
Good and gracious God, we give you thanks for the many gifts and blessings that you bestow upon us. And in this time we give you thanks for the sacrifices that have been made for this gift of self-governance that we have in our country and our nation. I ask your blessing upon these men and women gathered here, who will do their best to cooperate with your grace and exercise governance within this community. Bless their efforts this evening. Guide and send your spirit upon all of their workings, their discussions, everything that they hear. May it all serve the common good and your holy will. And we ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Father Dustin. Okay, the Common Council of the City of Connersville is in session for the meeting September 2nd, 2014. First of all, we'll have the roll call.
Councilwoman Risch.
present.
Councilman Weber.
Present.
Councilman Schomel.
Present.
Councilman Nobby.
Here.
Councilwoman Montgomery.
Present.
Councilman Creech.
Present.
Councilwoman Stevens.
Thank you, Julie. Reading of the minutes of the August 18th, 2014 regular meeting. We've had an opportunity to read the minutes. Any corrections or additions?
Mr. Council President, I would like to make a motion we accept them as presented.
Second.
You've heard the motion that we accept the minutes of the 2014 August 18th meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. Meeting's approved as presented. Under new business, we have resolution 2014-29, preliminary tax abatement and requests for a public hearing for H&E cutter grinding. Is there a representative here?
I don't think so, Fran, just
Do
because
you have
it's
something
just...
on it, Julie?
No, but it's just permission to advertise
Yes.
for a public hearing. So.
And that will be in 2 weeks?
Yes, in our September 15th meeting.
I move to accept resolution 2014-29.
Second.
For the motion that we approve a preliminary tax abatement and request for a public hearing for H&E cutter grinding for 2 weeks from tonight at our regular council meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Julie, you're authorized to advertise for the public hearing. Pending ordinance 3130, the addition of a handicapped parking sign. I believe the police chief or yes. Dennis, would you like to address the handicapped parking sign request?
I don't have the paperwork with me.
Okay,
Works earlier.
I think that's mine. You can, from the Board of Works, I believe that's it.
The chief brought it to the Board of Works earlier.
Yes.
It was debated tonight.
They approved it. Of course, it has to come here for final approval.
I don't see an issue with it. It's one that he had went out and checked and everything lines up, and I think we need to go ahead and put it in place.
Okay, and the address is on there? It should be somewhere on there.
2909.
2909.
Yeah, 29, Ohio.
2909 Ohio Avenue, okay. Is there a motion that we accept this request?
Make
for-
the motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. Okay, you'll take care of that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
That's an ordinance, Fran.
Okay, that's true, right. Okay, it's an ordinance. Would you like to suspend the rules and move on to final, third and final reading?
Second.
All those in favor of suspending rules on this ordinance, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. We can move on to third if you mind.
So moved.
Second.
My dance.
Yes, Julie.
I just pulled one out of the hat.
Okay, all those in favor of approving this on third and final reading, aye. Any opposed? None opposed? Okay, that's taken care of. Thank you, Julie, for reminding me of that in the ordinance. Pending ordinance 3131, additional appropriation of public hearing from the general fund for the AMS. The commander is here. Would you like to address this today or bring us up to date on just what's going on? I believe it's a problem with Unit 1, and perhaps we've had some members who were not present when you made your earlier presentation.
Okay, what this is asking for is to refurb EMS 1, is to put a new chassis under it. The chassis is there, we're having quite a bit of issues with the engine in it, keeping it running. Phil's worked, I don't know how many hours trying to keep it running. And it's starting to act up again now, and we've sent out advertisement for a replacement chassis. We came back with Crossroads ambulance out of Elkhart at a cost of $85,920, and that's for a 2014 Chevrolet chassis. We'll keep the bed we have and just put a new chassis under it.
Dale, I already know the answer, but for the community, you talked to Phil about this and he feels this is the best way to go, am I correct?
When we talked with Crossroads, we had Phil come over to the unit, and
Okay.
he discussed it with the sales reps of
Okay.
this new truck versus the old truck, and
Okay.
I feel he's 100% behind us.
Okay, thank you.
This is the lowest
He
two
might
bid.
be,
He's out there.
is he out here? I can get him if you.
No, that's fine. I don't have an issue.
This is the lowest of two bids.
Yes, the other one was Alexis out of,
So Peoria, Illinois or something.
yeah, they come out of Illinois, they were $86,905.
And this is the way all cities are going, isn't it?
Quite a
Replacing
few
the Ford.
Or replacing the Rushville's actually, the Rushville Hospital is replacing two. They just received one back the first of this, or end of last week. They just put it into service last couple days.
Yeah, what was that number again? 80,
Pardon me?
what was that number again? 80 what?
Crossroads was $85,920.
This isn't gonna add up. to
Yeah, I was gonna
anything.
say.
That's not the same. The 40,711 is just to pay for the chassis. If we pay up front when we place the order, we get a $1,500 discount. The 27,000 that we're advertising is to pay the company that did the work for us to get the reimbursement from Medicaid. That wasn't, we had to pay, I think it's 25% to
Okay.
finance company.
So this is only
All
half
that
then of
together.
the.
Yeah, we'll have to advertise for the rest of it when we need it.
And the Medicare reimbursement that we got approximately 80,000 back. for that.
Actually, we got 108,000 something,
Oh yeah.
but 27,000 of it we owe them back.
So we get the 80.
80's, about 81,000 is what we netted from
And
it.
this will be something we have to do every year.
No, we do it one more time. That was for 11, 12, and 13. This amount was for 11 and 12, 108,000. We get one more reimbursement for 2013, probably somewhere in the first part of next year.
And we won't have to pay for that one.
Yes,
We
we'll have
will
to pay for that one too.
Okay.
But we're kind of hoping with both those reimbursements, with all three, 11, 12, and 13, we'll have enough money to pay for the whole remount of the ambulance plus pay off
The
our
first
other
one.
one.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that's the goal, so.
Okay.
And the county has agreed to that since it's a partnership between the two.
This is a public hearing. Anyone in the audience would like to make a comment concerning this issue?
Dale, the county's already committed the money that's happening.
And Leonard has talked with the commissioners, and the commissioners approved it at a couple meetings back. I can't remember exactly which meeting, but they approved it at that meeting.
The county doesn't actually have any
No,
of these
that-
funds, so
but
half
will-
of them really belong to them. But they said if this is what we were going to do, it's our responsibility to budget for all the EMS expenses anyway.
Will I have to go to the council or the commissioners?
No, just the commission.
Just commissioners?
Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Any more comments, discussion from council? Connie, you have any questions that you have for Dale, Gary? Okay. Gabe, you have any more concerns? Debbie? And Tom?
I'm good, Brent.
Okay, is there a motion that we approve ordinance, pending ordinance 3131 concerning this money for a new chassis for our ambulance, Unit 1?
Second.
Okay, we'll have a roll call vote, please.
Councilwoman Rish,
Yes.
Councilman Weber,
Yes.
Councilman Nobby,
Yes.
Councilwoman Montgomery,
Yes.
Councilman Creech.
Yes.
Okay, that's first reading, thank you. Is there a motion to suspend the rules and move this on to third and final?
So, second.
All those in favor of suspending the rules on ordinance 3131, respond with aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed? Okay, we'll move on to third and final. Is there a motion to approve this on third and final reading?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion that we approve pending ordinance 3131 on third and final reading. Again, the figures, Julie, 27,000 from other contractual services.
Yes, and $40,711 from ambulance.
Another roll call, please.
Councilman Weber,
Yes.
Councilman Nobby,
Yes.
Councilwoman Montgomery,
Yes.
Councilman Creech.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rish.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Council. Dale, now do you proceed with the order, or does Julie, how do we?
We both will.
Okay, that's the next step. And what was the delivery time on this?
120 days or less.
From the time that they pick it up.
Pick it up. Which right now they're looking at around the 1st of October.
Okay, and
Is
they
the
will
pickup date.
provide us with a replacement?
Yep.
Good.
They will supply us with one while we have this one. They have ours, and then when we get ours, we'll swap it back out.
Okay. Anything else from your department we need tonight?
I believe so.
Okay.
Thanks, Dale.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dale.
Hey, Dan.
Okay, next is pending ordinance 3132, additional appropriation public hearing for cable TV. John Pauser, would you like to address the council?
This is what we discussed last time, additional appropriation for the bathroom and the computer replacement for the main computer in the control room. I think you have the breakdown on that.
Yes. Well, the bathroom, we broke it down, I think it's $4,300 to pay somebody to do all the plumbing and all that stuff on it. And then $1,505 for building materials and supplies and other equipment for your switcher.
Yeah, it's a
That's
computer
called.
switcher.
$20,695.
Is the total amount. This is a public hearing. I'll open the public hearing for anyone in the audience that'd like to make a comment or ask a question or a concern concerning their ordinance 3132. If there is none, we'll continue with discussion from the council. Council have any questions? Again, what's the major equipment thing that we're, and that's
You can buy those.
15.
Pretty much anywhere, right? Yeah.
What's it do?
Well, it is a specialized computer. It's not a standard off-the-shelf computer. It's custom built by NewTek for this purpose. Previously, all of our computers were built by us for the most part, working with a company in Bloomington sometimes. But with specialized hardware inside, this one is one that's all inclusive and covered by warranty from the manufacturer. So anything breaks down, including the components, they're responsible. So that's much better. What we've been working with for the longest time now is the NewTek VT5 system. Almost 10 years ago is when we purchased that. We've been doing computer upgrades and software upgrades on it for 10 years to keep it usable. And they have not made the hardware cards for that for about 5 years now. They went to this type of system not long ago. So we're at the point where we're starting to see some instability in the card. We have some of the older systems that we've been using for backup, and we've had 2 of those fail with no way to get them repaired. So they're just kind of dying off. So that's where we're looking towards the future with this, give us the ability that we need to go forward.
Okay, Julie, you want to mention where the funding will come from for
Well,
this?
this comes from the cable TV fund, which is funded with
Franchise fee.
franchise
There's
fees.
not,
No
tax-
property tax
No
dollars.
property tax.
No.
We've been, this is kind of a part of our long-term purchasing plan, so we save up for that as we go.
What was the expected life of this new equipment? Do you have any idea how many years it will?
Well, you know, computers 3 to 5 years. No, I would expect it to go for quite some time. I'd like to see 10 years out of this.
Any questions of John from anyone here on the council? Of course, these guys, I want them to talk in English. I mean, this technology stuff they throw out, I have no idea. But anyway, I have no questions. Anyone else? If not, well, I will have a motion to pass pending ordinance 3132.
I'll make it. Motion. Pass it.
Okay, you've heard the motion in a second. Let's have a roll call, please.
Councilman Nobby,
Yes.
Councilwoman Montgomery,
Yes.
Councilman Creech.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rish,
Yes.
Councilman Weber.
Yes.
Create an ordinance. Would you like to suspend the rules and move it on to third and final?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of suspending the rules, respond with aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. The chair will entertain a motion to pass this on third and final reading pending ordinance 3132.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Montgomery,
Yes.
Councilman Creech.
Yes.
Councilwoman Rish,
Yes.
Councilman Weber.
Yes.
Councilman Nobby.
Yes.
All right, thank you, council. Pending ordinance 3133 is additional appropriation and public hearing on riverboat. Julie, what's this about?
That's for the defibrillator for EMS. And we've lost Dale out in the hall.
Dale,
He's getting defibrillated.
is that what he's doing out there?
Abyss of all this talk.
To talk, we want to
Defibrillator.
talk about that for a minute.
Okay, that one I forgot to bring with me, but what we're after there is replacing a Philips MRX defibrillator with a LifePak 12 defibrillator. And we've had all kinds of issues with it, I believe. Over the last, I believe it was like 4 or 5 years, we have put close to $8,000 in repair in the Philips monitor. We can buy a refurbed LifePak 12 for, comes out right at $12,950.70.
Warranty?
It has a 1-year warranty on the LifePak, and it also comes with a 3-year service agreement for $3,454.20.
That's
Delivery time,
included in
Dale?
this fee? I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gary.
That's included in the 12,000.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Delivery time?
30 days or less.
Okay.
Do we have just one of these?
We have a LifePak 15, which is the size better than this one. It stays on EMS1. This one will be put on EMS2 to replace the Philips.
I see.
Then we have it's called a LifePak 10 on EMS3, along with an AED.
Mhm.
So,
Okay, this is the public hearing. Anyone in the audience have a comment, concern they would like to address for the purchase of this equipment for EMS? Okay, if not, any further discussion from the council? If not, we'll entertain a motion that we pass this.
So all the ambulances have one as of right now?
yes.
Okay. Will the loaner ambulance come with one?
No, we'll take one, the one that's on EMS1 will be.
It's
with
our
it.
responsibility to
It's
put on
ours,
there?
yes.
Okay.
All equipment on it, including the cot, is our responsibility.
Oh, okay.
I move to accept pending ordinance 3133.
Second.
For the motion and second that we approve pending ordinance 3133, the money will come from the Riverboat Fund, and that will put the Riverboat Fund where, Julie?
Well, right now we're at 171,000, so,
We have received our payment for this year.
yes, we did.
Okay,
put us down, what, about 169,000, or
Okay.
159, excuse me.
Okay, since this is money, let's have roll call, please.
Councilman Creech?
Yes.
Councilwoman Rish?
Yes.
Councilman Weber?
Yes.
Councilman Nabi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Montgomery?
Yes.
Would you like to move on to third and final by suspending the rules?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of suspending the rules and going to third and final on pending ordinance 3133, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. There a motion that we take final action on this ordinance at $12,960 from Riverboat for the new equipment for EMS.
So moved.
Second.
For the motion and a second, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Rish?
Yes.
Councilman Weber?
Yes.
Councilman Nabi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Montgomery?
Yes.
Councilman Creech?
Yes.
Thank you, Council. Under old business, any old business that come before us this evening?
Thank you.
Hey, John, have you heard any more on that trail system?
Nothing more than we last talked about. Kenny was working with a surveyor, and that's the last I've heard.
Any other old business? And miscellaneous business? I might mention that at today's meeting of the Board of Public Works and Safety, our grant writer, Diana Wright, was here, and one of the board's approval to continue to getting a grant to bring down some of the dilapidated buildings in Connersville. Julie, we had 3 on Summit, I believe, 1 on Reed and 1 on 8th Street.
That's correct, yes.
Okay, and I was impressed with the 400 address on Summit, but when that structure is removed, it's going to be turned into a community garden. So I think that's a good idea, Gabe. I'm sure that's
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
up your thing and everything that you'd like to see. So it's something I think that we've needed for quite a while here in Connersville, and I'm anxious to see that. The money you approved several weeks ago, $12,300, is, from what I understand, the only amount that the city will have to be putting in. The rest is coming from individuals and other agencies, isn't that right?
Yes.
To match what we need to supply from the city. So
Then we'll get 4 properties down for that, France?
Actually, I think it's 5.
5?
yes,
Great.
yes, and
Great.
it has to be in by later this.
September 15th.
So, okay, and then we're expecting probably 4 to 5 weeks to
Yeah.
get a
I
report.
think the date she goes, October 21st?
I think so, so it shouldn't be too long after it goes in. And she seemed to be very optimistic that we would be successful in getting the money that would help us in bringing down these buildings.
She's put a lot of work into it, so.
Yeah, I know that she has.
Great.
She
So are
has.
those 5 already decided upon, or?
Yes, the addresses I have on
They were from a
Summit.
previous list?
Yes, and there was a whole lot that has gone into it. You can't just go,
Yeah.
you had to have a way to get the property, you have to get an end user. There were certain steps you had to go through to pick up the property.
And some are going to be turned into playgrounds for the neighborhood. One's at 204 Summit, 321 Summit, 400 Summit, and then on Reed Street, I believe it's a 500 block, but I'm not exactly sure. And then the brick building on 8th Street, the abandoned apartment building that's falling in, that's one of them also, so.
So that money took care of the remediation into the playground, into the park?
Right, I mean, you have to, I think, have a reason to, with what you're going to do with them, you just can't.
There has to be an end user for the properties.
Yes.
Right.
So, as Julie said, Diane's put a lot of work into this to line up what the end use will be for, so I was appreciative of that. Julie, under old business, would you talk about the budget? It's right around the corner. I believe at our next meeting we'll be asked to approve a budget on first reading.
You're correct. It's been advertised in the paper. We've been able to decrease this year's budget. I've worked on it, went over it with the mayor, then Finance Committee of Gabe and Fran and I met with the mayor 2 weeks ago. The way it's set right now, we've decreased it almost 473,000 from last year's budget overall. The general fund is down a little over 400,000. Just about every department has been able to decrease their budget somewhat, some more than others. But I'll have all that information. It'll be in your packets for the next council meeting with an explanation of what we've done, what changes there are. And we'll also have salary ordinances for all departments at the next meeting.
This year's budget is approximately 13.6 million, and looks like the 2015 would be around 3,000.1.
Yes.
So it's almost a $500,000 reduction that
Yes.
Julie was able to reduce the budget by. So again, that'll be coming to you in 2 weeks. We'll be asked to pass on a first reading. I don't believe you can suspend rules on this. The state doesn't allow that, I
That's
believe.
correct. We'll have to
And we'll
wait
have to
until the
move on then
second
to
reading.
another reading. And then finally, it has to be to the state by when?
Actually, we have to have it by November 1st.
Okay, okay. So that'll be, I guess, in your packet in 2 weeks, you'll see a budget.
Yeah, your
and
packet will be really thick the next time.
So you might get ready for that, and there'll be a lot of night reading before our meeting, because we'd like for you to have input on if you think the cuts are okay, if you'd like to make deeper cuts, or that'll be up to this council.
Yes, and I might add, it's been advertised, so once it's advertised, we can decrease it. It can't be increased.
Right.
So,
Okay, clerk treasurer's update. Do you have anything else, Julie, you'd like to talk
I passed
about?
out fund reports.
Yes.
For the first of the month. And it's not great, but it's not terrible, so.
We're holding our own right
Yeah,
now.
for the moment, so.
Okay.
And we did get, you can see we did get, almost $80,000 in riverboat money in August, so just shy of 80,000.
That's good. I think it's about the same as last year.
It's almost exactly the same.
Oh,
which I
okay.
thought was kind of odd.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually expected it to be a little less.
No question that. Okay, we're down to public forum. Does the public have anything they'd like to discuss? If so, please come to the podium.
You did a great job. I just wish you'd said about turning the phones off. It's okay you missed it now.
Okay, the public doesn't want to speak other than Ruby, which we always appreciate her comments. I have no further business. Anyone on the council have anything they'd like to say? Mr. Baker, you've been quiet tonight.
Well, I've had nothing to say. That's the reason.
Connie, everything okay with you? Gary?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, we'll go on this end. Gabe, okay?
Good.
Debbie and everything, okay. Would you like to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, you've heard the motion that we adjourn. In the second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Don't
None
run off, you
opposed.
two.
Never.
Meeting adjourned.